You didn't have to do it.
Well, you brought me to go and do it, so we'll do a live, whoever turns up. So
No, I'm off.
it's your show. It's your show tonight. You wanted to do a live, so
No, I was going to say we talk about the sort of things we've been getting, things we're going to be getting.
Oh yeah, I should have brought in my figures that I've got today.
Oh, I've got 2 sitting here, but I didn't get them today. But I made a purchase today though. I finally got that Dino Ranger.
Yeah, you said the Dino Fury.
I was sitting there watching it there. I thought, oh God,
this one.
Did I get it? Yeah. I was sitting there watching it. I was like, oh, do it.
Yeah, I was. Oh my God, I've got a bit of paint chip on there. I've done his review. I've done it all, but I've just not taken the end pictures, and I've not put him. So I'm not edited it. I've done, and the same thing with King Sphinx as well.
Yeah, I was going to say I was waiting for that.
Oh, was you? Well,
yeah, I was thinking
I'm coming off YouTube now because everyone's a narcissist.
You shouldn't come off YouTube. You should carry on doing the Power Ranger stuff.
Yeah. Or just when I do a Star Wars review, it's like 2 seconds long. Brilliant.
You're short, like I do. You know, like the quick fire ones. Just do that.
Yeah, I'll do it with an axe, but literally just go the whole hog. Great figure, isn't it?
I'll buy you an axe. Just chop it in half.
Yeah, like a He-Man double axe.
Yeah,
it's going ham, isn't it?
Yeah. I definitely prefer doing the Power Rangers and Marvel Legends. So, like, even doing the reviews, it's just I find more you can talk about more with them.
Yeah, I just think they've got more about them. You know, sometimes. Hi, Paul. Sorry, mate. I just brought you up and didn't say. Yeah, like obviously when you do a Black Series one, it's like it's within seconds. Oh, here it is. It's got a gun.
Yeah.
And now the articulation.
I think the longest one I did was the Ahsoka one.
And
that's only because it was different. Like, you finally got something different in a figure.
Yeah.
And then the Boba one I did, I was just like, it's Boba Fett.
But that's what you find. I mean, actually, Ahsoka, you know, if the Black Series team, when they do something perfect, Ahsoka is awesome. But Boba Fett, even though he's got all the articulation there, it still feels really limited. You know, it is just when you do it, it is just Boba Fett. Do you know what I mean? Like with Spider-Man, you can put him in all these jumping positions, you can put him all in these poses and whipping and changing his hands and all that.
This is a little spoiler, right? But I've got this review coming out at some point.
Oh my God, have you?
But even this figure, I mean, muscular, he's got double joints, everything is well articulated for a bulky figure, and it's just like this. He appeared in the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series, and it's like he's not even a big character now. Like, he's not.
You're joking? He's just come back.
Yeah, I know, but he's I know he came back. I like that, actually. I like that look of him. I thought that was really cool.
He's more bulkier now, isn't he? He looks like massive.
Yeah. Even his mask's pretty cool. But even that figure, I'm just like, there's so much on it, so much detail and stuff. And then it's like, I look at the Black Series and I just have no motivation to talk about them, like on a review sort of thing. Same with the Red Ranger. I was like, I'm doing that review tomorrow. But
yeah, and
that's what annoyed me about that when you did your video, and then took it down. I was like, why should you take it down? People ask you for your opinion, and then
yeah. I mean, the thing is, it was one take. And I just put it out there, and I didn't even put do you know what? I wasn't even thinking when I done it, because I didn't even put a beginning or an end on it. You know, like my logo and all that. Just literally, there was no music on it either. And I was just getting annoyed with Star Wars because and that's my thing. It's not like I was shouting shade at people that enjoy Andor. Andor just got brought into it because that's currently what is Star Wars at the moment. You know what it's like, pop culture, whatever's around at the time is all we got. You know, I could have threw shade at. I mean, Boba Fett wasn't that great. You know, and everyone said it weren't that great. You know, and only the last 2-3 episodes were the best of Boba Fett, which wasn't even Boba Fett. And I just find with Andor that they're introducing new characters, which are just, I'm not being funny, but they don't feel very Star Warsy. You know, they don't feel like it's not even like, I mean, I understand that they're not going to be alien species because they're going to infiltrate an Imperial camp. But just have a, you know, why wasn't one of his mates a Weakery or something else? Or, do you know what I mean? It was just, there's no diversity. It's like when you watch Rogue One, and what's that one of the guys got the two tubes, I think his name. He's in Rogue One.
Species he is, so.
No, I'm not too sure. But straight away, as soon as you see him, you think, "Fucking hell! I want him as a figure. He looks brilliant. Like, he looks amazing." Like
that's fine though. Like Mandalorian, he meets loads of different alien species.
Yeah.
Why can't they do that with him?
Yeah, and there's that other guy. There was a guy that come on Instagram and he's like, "I'm in the Mandalorian season 1. I'm amazing. I've got this, and can you make a custom of me and all that?" And he was a bit like a Darth Maul looking, but he had a gas mask on here and he had bone things coming out of his head. Like, I know he's a background character, but it's a species that we haven't got. You know, it's a cool little mercenary type guy. I'd rather that than the client. You know, even though the client has a talking part.
I think that's what Black Series is lacking, because where we get it in, we get Marvel, and even in Lightning Collection, we get monsters and stuff that don't really appear much. They just appear once or something. But I think that's where Black Series is lacking. Is like we have all these main characters, but nothing to go with them. It's just Boba Fett, Boba Fett, Boba Fett, Boba Fett on the shelf.
Yeah,
it's like.
But they're just. I mean, like, but it's even just. Yes, I know Cole Weathers. I know he's a great looking figure. It looks cool, and it's Cole Weathers as a character, which is great. But I mean, I suppose Cole Weathers is probably the worst one to pick on, actually, because he is a kind of main character in there. But like the client, just the new ones that are coming out with Andor. I think they should have just done Andor and is it Luther? But the main guy is got
honestly, I've got
the guy from 4, the scientist guy.
Oh yeah.
Just those two. And then
3/4 of the way into episode 2, I'm watching it in 15-minute batches.
But with those, I just don't know. I'm just getting all mixed up with my words. Marvel everyone comes from the same kind of batch. They're all from Hasbro, so it's not Hasbro. So when they do G.I. Joe, it's always like 3 goodies, 3 baddies. You know, and it's all taken from every aspect of each individual thing. When Marvel Legends come out, even though it's based on a film, let's just say Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, we got American Chaz, Doctor Strange, Wong, the other guy, Modo.
Oh yeah.
And then we got. You know, so it's not a full wave. And then we got Deathwalk, Sleepwalker and Despair.
Yeah. So
again, it's gave a little bit of diversity there for all the other people and stuff. And it's mainly about the movie. So when Black Series go, it's not just one wave though, is it? I mean, when they come out, it's like almost 2 waves worth of figures straight away of Kenobi. I mean, look how many Kenobi come out, you know. And
sometimes like 3 different Kenobis for one.
And they bring some of these figures out, especially Andor, and I see that girl. She looks good. Like the face sculpt looks great. The outfit looks okay, but it looks like basic Black Series where they're not putting the paint or weathering on the figure. So she just looks like a bright white, bright orange dress. So straight away, it's like, well, I'm going to have to work on that figure, and not many people have got those type of skills to do that. So,
Yeah,
and with
it's similar
that,
with all the clones they're doing as well.
yeah,
With no kind of weathering.
and I also feel with Black Series as well. So when Black Series first came out, it was kind of like a world of Star Wars. So whatever where it could come from, it would get transferred into Black Series world. So the Rebels figures came in and they got formed into the Black Series. It was like a realistic looking what they would look like in the real world. You know, Captain Rex is the first time we ever got him in a live action looking type figure. Captain Rex come into it, and it was like they all kind of merged together, like they're all part of the same world. So now they're going with Clone Wars, where they look more like Clone Wars, and now we're going to get a Cad Bane that's actually Cad Bane from the TV series, and not Cad Bane from there. Do you know what I mean? Cad Bane in the Black Series should actually have physically one look of a face, and that's it. You know, because that's the way it's kind of.
I feel like
formed in, but now they're kind of picking all these pop cultures and then putting it all into this one unified, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work on the shelf anymore.
It's a way to make extra money in it, because it's like Cad Bane, if they stuck with the Clone Wars one, it looks similar to what he did in Boba as well. So it's not, they wouldn't be able to make more money off of it.
Yeah,
I'd say, and that's I think what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and I just feel as a Black Series fan, like I love Black Series. I mean, I've got them all on the shelf, but I just feel cheated, and I don't know why people feel it's okay to feel that. You know, it's okay. I mean, we got Boba Fett. We haven't even got Boba Fett from the throne thing yet. Why not? And then they try and pass us off with a repainted Chewbacca because Black Xanthian got really cool in the thing, and it was like a really cool looking Wookiee, and we get a repaint of Chewbacca. And it's like,
you don't
it's
even
not,
get.
it's not okay. It's not okay for them to charge because they put them in a special box. It's not okay for them to charge 30 quid. You know, it's not limited edition because no one's going to bloody buy it. You can buy it anywhere. You know, it looks awful. The armor they put on there, it's like they was making Black Xanthian and they went, oh, I ain't got enough time, but we got the armor, so we just chuck that on this really skinny Chewbacca. And then there we go. Brilliant. They're going to buy that, put it out. It looks fantastic, that. Right, get it out there, 30 quid. They're going to buy that. It's not okay. It's not okay as a consumer that I'm getting thing that I love, I'm being fobbed off for. It's not right for me to be.
Yeah. I mean, I was in like they didn't even do like the Boba one, did they? They didn't even do the one from the actual show. They did it from the comic.
Because it was a quick buck. It was just a quick turnaround. Boom, there you go. Let's quickly just go through the comments. So people need to understand that people aren't going to like everything, and we need to. That's exactly it. I mean, there's people out there that like Andor. There's people that don't. I'm one of those people that I'm on the fence because I could eat my word. I could say it's actually rubbish, but by the end of the series, it's going to be amazing. You know, but at the moment, I'm really not feeling it. I'm
definitely thinking Marvel's doing a lot better at the moment with the story.
And I just think they're kind of treading water because they failed so hard with the trilogy, like the sequel trilogy. I think they're kind of treading quite a lot, and then obviously they've done Boba Fett, and they're like, oh, maybe the Mandalorian and Boba Fett's not so safe. We bring out Andor. So obviously there's a bit of junction there because they even cancelled that Rogue One movie, haven't they? So, hi mate, hope you're doing well. Ricardo, how you doing, mate? It's quite nice to see you on the stream. But yeah, I just think some of the Black Series, it's just not okay for them to release figures. It's okay to put the prices up, but keep the same standards. The prices are going up because the standards of what we're used to has to progress with the price, but not for us to pay more, get less accessories, less paint applications, and just repainted stuff of what used to be 20 quid is now 25. You know, it's just.
I don't know why they're doing it with Black Series because Marvel Legends are not upping, are they? And the thing is,
No,
like, you can still get Marvel Legends and Power Rangers for a decent price, whereas back
and they
series,
come
they're all
with
25 up. Yeah.
tons of stuff.
Like even builder figures like this. This is something they could do with Star Wars, but they don't. They could do They could build an accessory or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
exactly the same thing. Like, think of Indiana Jones. You're building the Ark. You
Yeah.
know, why not? They done the 3-pack of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ponda Baba, and Dr. Ezran, and it come with the bar. So then why not release the following wave to come out with a builder bar that's the other side of it? So
Yeah.
you could be special and get the right-hand side, but you can also do the builder bar and get the left-hand side, and you can put it together to make a nice diorama, or you can just have the left-hand side, you know, but the right-hand side
They
was...
started doing stuff like that, didn't they? With like Kylo Ren and stuff. And it's one from the Kylo Ren I've got, but
Yeah,
they came with like little
with the
diorama
base.
pieces.
Yeah,
And even that, like,
yeah,
at least that's something.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that
they're probably
Jyn
bad figures.
with she come out with, is it Edu Jyn Erso, and she comes with that little rock mound.
Yeah.
Christ knows how many times I've used that in a picture. If I'm doing Tatooine, I put it in a picture. If I'm doing something else, if it's sort of He-Man holding up his sword and he's got his leg up on a stand, I use it.
I've got the Ray one I do it with, and I've got the Kylo Ren one where it's like the flat kind of imperial looking flooring.
Oh yeah, it's the snow sort of one, isn't it? Where he's...
But like even that sort of stuff, like they could carry on doing that. Like each figure comes with a piece of flooring or a piece of wall or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You end up making a...
If it's an Imperial, it comes with a bit of Imperial wool, and it's made of like you clip it together.
Yeah, and it's all kind of universal.
So it comes with like a bit of the lights and a bit of the grey, and as you build it up to about that high, you can restart again and clip it again on that side, and it builds up, and you can keep building and building and building. Every Imperial figure always comes with this,
Yeah. And the Rebel one will come with like Tantive or whatever.
Yeah, white wool or a bit of Mos Eisley or something like that. It's even if it's a crate or just some, so you can actually build the world. You can build all this stuff around. Just something that we can put together. It's worth going out there to buy the wave because I want to get that kind of thing. Or even if it's little alien creatures, like wildlife or just something.
But I was thinking like even the clones and stuff could come with legs and bits for like the walkers and stuff like that they have.
Yeah.
Like, like the little, I've forgotten what they're called, the clone version of the ATST.
Yeah, just like a broken sort of smashed up one.
Yeah. But even that, like they could come with legs and you'd be getting more.
Yeah.
Whereas they wouldn't be able to sit in it because they don't have a good articulation. But yeah.
Look at me try this for you. The legs like sticking outwards like that, But yeah, it's just like the thing is with Black Series, when they get it right. I mean, you think when Cosca Reeves come out, a fantastic figure. There's even the Death Watch one. I'm just looking at some of the figures got here, amazing. When they get it right, they get it right. But I just feel like they need to sit down when they do something. They need to sit down and go, right, okay, we've got Andor coming out. Look at these figures. Well, they're not really exciting, are they? So
I think the last two
why
figures,
not just a couple more exciting ones, or a Jedi here. There's plenty of Jedi. It doesn't even have to be Return Jedi. There can be Star Wars, Clone Wars,
even like background Jedi and stuff they could do from like Clone Wars and stuff.
What's the dinosaur head looking one? And I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even care.
Straight away.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even care if that was on Mace Windu body or it was on the Ket Fisto body, like the Obi-Wan body. I wouldn't care, but it's just that extra body. Like when I got and when I got Ket Fisto, his height isn't great, his paint applications weren't great, But I was well happy to get a Cat Fisto. And in the same
yeah.
wave, we got Plo Koon. It was an amazing wave. We haven't had anything like that.
I think that's the last Star Wars wave I've bought mainly all the characters.
Yeah. It was Count Dooku, I think was in it.
Yeah, Dooku, Plo Koon, Kit Fisto. Was there Battle Droid thrown in?
Yeah, I think so. Because I remember and I think it was Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin. Now, I did moan because they were all reused bodies. The whole wave was reuse. I remember that one. I just go for these. Can't wait for the Indiana Jones figure. Also cheaper than Black Series, which is weird because they share the same articulation and also from the same Lucasfilm. Do you know what I mean? It's not. So obviously it's not. Whatever. So it's not even a licenses price. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Black Series figure prices are really getting out. They are. I just wish there was a structure, and I just wish that they packed that pack full of accessories. Not full, but just enough.
I think it hit when they released it's not Death Troop, Dark Troopers, the deluxe ones for something like 60 quid. And that's when I thought, hang on, like, something's not right there. Like,
yeah,
when you're releasing like deluxe ones for 30 quid originally,
yeah, and then just bring out something because it's popular.
Yeah,
they can put an extra price bracket on it. It's like, no, that's not how it works. You have a deluxe, it's a deluxe. I'd understand if the deluxe come out and it was like loads and loads, and stuff like that.
I understand if it was 2 in the packet.
But yeah, it's the price point that makes it sour in my mouth, but it's also down to the fact that there's figures that I don't generally care about, and it's hard for me you're stepping into the line of YouTube and all that. As a YouTuber, I mean, I don't hate calling myself that because it's not like I earn a packet or anything, but I like doing the reviews to bring it to the guys and giving myself content, and it's my kind of escapism away from everything. But when it's a wave that comes out and I'm just really not excited about, I'm just really not in the mood to buy that figure, because when it comes, I'm just going to sit down and go, oh, it's an all right figure. It's got this articulation, looks like the actress.
That's why I've got barely any Black Series so far on my channel, because I'm having to pick and choose all the figures because it's just.
But there's nothing coming out as well. Like, you go, oh God, like as I said, like a lot of guys are agreeing 2 tubes. But even going back to some of the sequel figures that were in the background in that cantina, where I think his name was like Crosshair, Scarlet Crosshair or Red Crosshair. He was like the captain of that guy, and he had there was a guy with peg leg and stuff. Just those, even a couple of the bloody Knights of Ren, just let's start finishing off the Knights of Ren. But
that's what I'm saying though, like, I'll just do this.
NECA, I think, has some of the best accessories and figures for a great price. Just look at the Pennywise figure. The accessories are ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and that's it. They just chuck. I mean, sometimes I think not robust as Hasbro.
No, I'm always
like Hasbro feel like more playable. Yeah, but with all those accessories. But they do it all for the price point. Like great paint applications, great size proportions. Everything's there. Dirt patches, bits are ripped off, and it's all got the different paint on it. It's all on the back.
I think the best NECA figures I've got is probably Homelander and Ninja Turtles. And the amount they all came with as well is unbelievable. And you're not paying too much more. You're paying what Hasbro are now trying to charge for a normal figure, so 30 to 40 quid.
Yeah,
and it's just, I don't understand it. Even the Alien figure came with more than the Black Series figure.
I don't get though. Even what is a massive kick in the teeth as well. And this is like just this is us as Black Series lovers. they bring out all the Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know, they bring out all these new figures. Out of all those really cool looking figures, even like the Dark Jedi people, Inquisitors, they got all these different figures, but the one that they actually pick as an exclusive figure for £35 is a fucking Jawa. Like, who sat around that bloody table and just thought, Jawa, we'll take one and we'll charge £35 for that. You sure? Yeah. Look at it. It's got like 3 accessories. Fuck, they'll buy that. Like,
I've already got like 2 Jawas, and I got them when they was on like discount.
like, yeah, and it's just like, come on, guys, like, make it fun, make it like, you know, I don't mind paying if £35 for the Grand Inquisitor. Do you know what I mean? Like, give him a couple more accessories, looking really cool. Just one of those figures out of that wave. Just put a little.
They could easily release a Vader with loads of accessories, because you could have his helmet come off. You could have battle damage helmet, battle damage arms.
Could clip off. You could put on the other one. This could clip off. You could put the battle damage on that one. You know, the helmet, maybe.
Maybe some false
bit here. This is removable. You can have a full-on Darth Vader head, and then you could clip it over, and you've got the Anakin sort of like looking through. Lightsaber. You know, the first Count Dooku come with that kind of like flipping lightsaber. We've never seen it again since. You know, just some bits.
I think the last kind of Black Series figure that came with a load of cool stuff was the Emperor on the throne. That figure was brilliant. It came with a chair, and you only paid £30 for it.
Yeah, chair, 2 sets of hands. He even come with his cane, and he had 3 heads.
He paid £30, and now they want £30 for a little Yoda or Jawa. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's 35. Get it right. It's 35 for the Jawa. Just reuse your bandolier. I
was thinking of taking all my Black Series off the shelf and putting the Power Rangers on now, because I'm just like, I don't even like looking at them.
It got to the stage the other day, actually, after that video, I was like, do you know what? Just feel like just selling up, just getting rid of them all. I can't remember last time I even picked them up. Yeah, can't remember last time I picked them up and done a picture on Instagram. But the thing is, it's like, there's a lot of figures on there that I think, do I necessarily want them? And I've just bought them because I wanted to be a completionist. I wanted to bring pretty much.
That's what I was like at the start, because I started with.
I wasn't going to go figure that was released. I just wanted one figure of that figure. So, like the Skiff Guard Lando, got him in the red box. I wouldn't buy him as an archive, and I wouldn't buy him again in the 40th anniversary edition. And even still with that, I understand getting him on that card. It's pretty cool. But then why not think ahead that they're going to release that figure in the 40th anniversary and bring another figure out in the archive? Do you know? Yeah. Let's replace that.
I feel like Black Series is more towards the inbox collectors. If you know what I mean, like they release all these different cards and stuff. I don't care about cards. I put Max through them. I mean, I just don't understand it. It's like when I started, because Black Series is what I started with, and like, so I've got a lot of them, but I've now got more Marvel Legends than I have Black Series. Easy. It's just a shame, really. I'd probably only keep the clones and Stormtroopers.
Yeah, well, most of mine are little customs anyway, and obviously a lot of repaints and other things that I've done on the figures. I mean, I did go out. I don't know why, but I just felt it was necessary to go out and complete the solo series, because I kind of like completing things as a whole. And I never got around to buying Rio.
They was good figures, actually.
Yeah, they were.
The Lando was really good.
Val was amazing, and you can pick her up for £5. And if anyone hasn't got her for £5, and everyone moan about Rose, Val is amazing. She's a fantastic figure. Actually, she's down here. And even still, going back, Bear in mind, not on a big time kind of character. You know, she was in the Solo. She was like the love interest, wasn't she, of the other dude? But wow, what a figure! Literally, even just down the articulation, even all the paintwork on there, just that face alone, I think she's really good. You know, those goggles aren't removable, but in the fur, in the thing, the actual outfit's pretty cool. Probably quite make a good kind of Sith outfit or an Inquisitor type outfit for a custom, actually. And all these other bits down there. The only thing I would say is that probably needs a bit of a black wash because it looks a bit like Toffee. She doesn't have a holster, but you know it's not their fault. She doesn't have a holster in the actual film, but and the gun is got a bit too large. But I would actually say, as a reviewing a figure, you know, obviously she's not going to win any awards because she's not like a really cool looking Ahsoka and stuff like that. But as a figure review of like sculpt, articulation, and paintwork and stuff like that, she's actually a top tier figure in my opinion. I think she's really good.
Wasn't
really
in your top 10 though, was she?
She wasn't. She was. I think she's always been there. But when I was putting the video together, she kind of. I think she was in an honourable mention. But yeah, just honestly, I think she's a really good figure. So it's just a shame that it was just kind of like, you know, even like the silver in her hands. This is painted. Now that just wouldn't be. You just wouldn't have painted. I mean, if you look at this guy, £38 I paid for him. It's not his official price because he was hard to get, but 38 quid for this dude. And it's like the backpack is fine. It's painted okay.
You said that,
but they haven't.
38 quid, and then that's when I told you.
Yeah.
That they had him in Nerd Base.
No, I got this from. I had it a bit before that.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. But then I found it in Nerd Base for normal price.
Yeah, I found him at was it the Comic-Con I went to?
Oh.
So yeah, it's just like, you know, Boba Fett's helmet. It's like it's just a redone, repaint. You know, it's just remolded and repainted. It's Boba Fett's helmet, or it's his helmet. It's not like it's different paintwork and stuff for him. It's just literally the exact same accessory. It's not purely made for this guy. The backpack itself, again, is another reused backpack paintwork. It's just splodged and put on for him. The only thing that's different is obviously the removable bit in the back there. This top here is obviously exactly the same as Return Jedi Boba Fett. And then the legs are just not, you know, how can straps be exactly the same colour as the trousers? It's got patches on here. It's got patches on the back. It's not painted. Not even no weathering or anything on there. This guy lives in Tatooine, and there's just nothing on there.
They did really well with the face sculpt, and that's what Black Series do well.
Yeah, but the actual figure is cool. But then just finish it off. Just add that extraness on there. Just put that other bit in there. Even just put the red into the LED part in here. Just put something in there. But you know, I know this is a reissued one, but this is exactly the same paintwork that the other one come out, and just look like the texture on the thing, like the paintwork.
What's that pose he's in?
My Greedo pose. I think he fell off the shelf.
Doing that.
Yeah, he fell off the shelf. I think that's where he's.
You should custom it.
It's even on the back, down there. You know, it's just like it's got it all over him. He just looks gritty. The actual paintwork and the art, you know, and the stuff in the face. It's great. And this is a almost 10-year-old figure. And I'm going to sneeze. And there we go. Sorry, we
talking about weathering though. Like, I'm gonna actually try and black wash the figure.
Are you?
Yeah. You know the pumpkin one, the Power Rangers one.
Yeah, I saw a guy actually do that on YouTube. It looked really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna black wash it.
I bought a G.I. Joe Vipers 3-pack of Guns Effects pieces, worth the price in my opinion. Yeah, and I think the G.I. Joe stuff is actually, I think they look pretty cool stuff. And they come with a bunch of stuff, loads of stuff. I think my next G.I. Joe figure will be Dusty when he comes out. Ricardo, I split both ways. Some Black Series I buy 2, 1 for opening 1 box. I picked up 2 of the Dark Trooper and the Republic security joints for that reason. Blimey, that's a lot of.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. I have 2 of the Cobb Vanth. I forgot and pre-ordering both on Amazon. I haven't opened it. It's a great figure. It is a great figure. It is a good figure. I just wish it was finished off a little bit more. Going back as well, obviously picking up 2. Are you still going to carry on picking up 2 now? Things are just completely just boxed, so you can't see inside it.
Yeah, that's going to annoy inbox collectors.
Or is that just going to? Are you still going to buy 2, whether you can buy or see it or not? Yeah, it's just a case of yeah, just, I don't know.
Have you seen people posting pictures of their deliveries from Hasbro Pulse with the new boxes, like all cardboard boxes, and then they're surrounded in plastic, like in the packaging? It just like goes against it, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can't make it up, can you? But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to hate on Black Series too much. I was just on that video. I was just airing how I just feel at the moment. And some people are asking me like, well, when you're going to do such and such, or what you're going to do with Star Wars? Are you doing Star Wars anymore? What other things you can, and it was just always Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. Whether it was on Instagram, whether it was a comment on YouTube, whether it was something else. And it was just me sort of being honest. And Andor got dragged in. I'm not really too fussed about Andor. Whether it turn out good or bad, I'm not really too fussed. But it's actually the more main concern is the figures that are coming out for Black Series as a fan. Having another wave of figures that I don't even know that's costing more. It's not another £19 figure. It keeps going up in that increase. We're now coming up for like $24.99 sometimes. There's a figure.
Isn't there like 2 Andors in just this one wave?
No, there's 2 Andors. There's a special edition that comes with the B robot, because there's no other letters in the alphabet, so everything has to start with a B for a robot. And then there's Andor, and then there's Andor without the droid as a standalone figure. Then there's Luther. Then there's, I think it's the girlfriend that's in the first episode, like the finicky woman, I think it's her. And I think I've also seen a figure of the other woman that's sort of like in charge of this little camp at the moment. Mon Mothma, which is pretty cool, but I kind of wish it was like Return Jedi sort of one. But I do like this. I mean, I did say about politics as well in the thing, but what I meant was it wasn't politics about the actual Star Wars, because I get that. I understand politics in the Star Wars world. What I mean is about politics is people just sitting around moping and talking about life, and I don't like you, and I don't like you either. So it's like, oh my God, like that's what I weren't really too fussed about. But just as a fan, I just, when you're waiting for the new HasCon things, here we're going to come and we're going to show this, and they're like, here's Andor, and it's like a couple figures from that, and I'm like, oh. But we're also going to do 20th anniversary of Clone Wars. Okay, here's a logo. Well, why not just give us a snippet of, like, I don't know, a painted ARC Trooper 5s? It's just that kind of like, oh, that's going to be cool. Is it going to be 20 years anniversary and they're going to come out on old nostalgia cards and it's literally just going to be repaint or remodels? Are we going to get Captain Rex re-release?
Well, wait to see what they do with the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, which will be in next year or the year after. And
but they didn't do anything. Well, did they do anything for Attack of Clones, or was it just that wave?
That wave. But they've got Revenge of the Sith, Anakin, and Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan that were both bad. So I'd like to see what they do with it.
Yeah, but I just don't think, unless all they do is bring out a battle version, so they've got like slight scarring of like Mustafa on there, but they don't seem to like. It's like, like Marvel Legends, they revisit Spider-Man once again. Give him all this different articulation. 2 years later, they bring out another Spider-Man and reissued it. For us, it just seems to be. I'd be interested in what this new Luke is going to be like, the dual Luke. For the 40th anniversary.
Is it same?
Yeah, I mean, is it going to be what I got before? Is it, because obviously I made up, which was the Return of Jedi Luke that came out with his gown, and I took the gown off and then just painted his hand and gave him the Return of Jedi buckle belt.
But all the Lukes that they've come out with are exactly the same figures.
And he'd be better than this one because it's one of those figures that just go.
That's like that with mine. Zed, one of his legs are quite loose.
Yeah, that's what happened to my shredder, didn't it? And that's why I was like really disappointed with it.
I think it's probably the same body.
Yeah, it could be. Although I'm 3.75 collector, get off. I also care for what it is. And the thing that annoys me is that they are putting so much detail into such boring characters anyway. Gotta go, me and brother. Gotta go. Me and my brother are.
It continues on the next message.
Oh, no, I clicked on Adam. Gotta go, me and brother. I'm gonna watch some TV now. Although still, oh, okay. Well, take care, mate. I hope you're okay, you and your brother. I think with 3.75, I think the way they look at it is like, we've done it in 3.75, so we won't do it in Black Series. But they're two completely different collectors, and I want them to go, here's Hauser in 3.75, and it's also Hauser in Black Series. They get so much more Clone Wars, they get so much more in the 3.75.
That's what I was going to say, like all the 3.75, they get loads of different characters on it, and then 6-inch don't get anything.
No, it's just like, we don't. Why haven't we got a Hauser? It's so easy. Like, you don't even have to give him a head sculpt. Just put him, like Fly and all that. We haven't got, just so. And even if it did, they have removable helmets anyway. And he has a very basic, normal. Did he have normal haircut? I'm sure he did, didn't he?
I think so.
I think he did. Right, it's just a normal clone. Sorry, Ricardo, I'm really not into the no window. So you won't buy 2 packets now. You would only still buy 1, and that's to open, I guess. Adam, I'm looking forward to the throne room Luke. Been my ideal one for years now, and I've been hoping. Yeah, because obviously they haven't done one in archive, but obviously they did release one way back in time. I think 2014. I think at a guess 2013.
So he's pretty much the same. His body. He's pretty much a normal clone.
Oh, he had
just with switchback hair,
yeah. But this Luke here had the same body. So I don't know what difference they're going to do, apart from maybe because obviously that bit's removable. So the other Luke come with a flap down and a flap up. I don't know.
If they thought about it, doing with accessories of lightning, force lightning.
Yeah, you put it over him. You sort of fit the figure
like
through.
I remember the old Mace Windu, my Revenge of the Sith Mace Windu, that I got when I was little. And it came with one of those ones that fits over the top.
Yeah,
it looks pretty cool. Like the figures fit through it and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the sort of things that I just need to do. It just. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, it was the old blue thing before the face tech. Yeah, it was. It was awful. But then again, I think even this one, it wasn't great. It just kind of reminded me a bit of a Ken doll. Like if Ken was an action figure, it was this guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he served his time. I'll see what the other one is. If he looks really different to this, then yes, I will pick it up because this is my favourite look for Luke. Although I do like Bespin Luke as well. But Bespin Luke, he needs a new body. That body was just awful. Yeah, well, I guess we're just.
I've got a few looks. I've got
They've
that
got the
one.
new Darth Vader coming out, haven't they? With the removable helmet, it's been re-looked at. But then, is it just like a new sculpt or a new paintwork on the face, and they're still going to bring out the old? Just have to see.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the training Luke. I've got the Return of the Jedi one that came in that multi-pack. And then I've got the awful Hoth Luke in his X-Wing suit.
And then, well, as well, aren't they? So maybe they're starting to I mean, it seems a bit weird to start resculpting for the 40th anniversary rather than a whole new release.
You think about Halloween figures? No.
Oh, is that on there? They seem struggled to Mark Hamill likeness down. Yeah, I think Mark Hamill, he's got quite an awkward face, though, isn't he? He's very expressive in his faces as well.
Looking, yeah.
Well, the Halloween figures, no. I kind of like the Chewbacca one. I think he looks pretty cool.
With the ears and stuff, I quite liked it.
Yeah, I think it looks like quite a cool little figure. Although I think it might be the lighting that does it.
If those clones were done where the skull is on their eyes,
yeah,
they'd look alright.
I was thinking of getting. I was kind of thinking of getting that and just redoing the face, like making it what it should look like. So the eyes, so the skull come around the actual eye pieces.
I don't know why they did that.
Just like, right, here you go. With the spray on, I can't see anything. Use your senses. Yeah. Oh, skipping ahead. We need new figures from the movies. It's all just to show 100%. And that's what I keep moaning about. Sequels have been left in the past. Yeah, they don't really sell much. But I think if they handpick the right characters from those movies, like, as I said, that Crosshair, I can't remember his name. You know what I mean, though. He's like the captain of the sort of ship that was going to run away on, and it had like that red kind of helmet thing.
What's that one?
And obviously, he had that little guy. He had like a peg leg.
What's that one from when they met Han Solo for the first time? That pirate crew that went on board.
Oh, well, they did do that figure in the red, and they got the circle.
Yeah, but they didn't have the crew. They could have done the crew. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a few of them.
Yeah. I mean, they could even do the alien that was in the Rise of Skywalker, that weird-looking slug thing that looked like it was from, like, the Muppets. Or not. But, I mean, let's think about droids I put down the other day. AD-8, which would actually go for Return of the Jedi and Book of Boba Fett. A Gonk droid, which is universal. Could have go with anything, even Bad Batch. The Imperial droid as well, like the silver one, the big bug-eyed. Could bring him out. Another droid that they could do.
They could just do a droid pack. Those little scurrier ones that go around the Death Star and stuff.
Or the mouse droids.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, even I'm trying to think now. There was another droid.
Is it R4? Obi-Wan's droid, astromech.
Yeah, R4 they could do, but 2B1, the medical droid, and then you got the other medical droid, which looks like a Dalek with like a broken umbrella that hangs around its bottom.
Or even talking of like the prequels, was the all the separatist kind of people. So like I always forget their names. The
Bail Garner?
No. Like the ones Anakin slaughters. All them ones.
Oh yeah, like Newt Gunnery.
Yeah, all those sort of ones.
Geonosian.
Yeah.
Droidica.
Exactly.
Super Battle Droid.
You'd thought they'd have done that one for the Attack of the Clones wave, but
yeah. Also,
Super Battle
to me,
Droid
it doesn't.
Droideka
To
would be
me, the Droideka doesn't need to roll.
No.
It could just be on the, just a display.
I've
Could
got
be
a
a bit of a
Droideka
gimmick.
and like
I'm not really.
a really old Droideka that fits really well with my Black Series.
Yeah. Well, they could come with 2 different legs. You pop them out of the ball, and you pop them in when they're more like rolled up. So then it does make that, but it's not like it folds up. It just
Things
you
like
just
they
have
make
removable legs.
Transformer figures, so they could easily do a Droideka.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, just there's loads of stuff that they could just do that just hasn't come out. It's just sorry. I have actually gone a little bit back to 3.75. I picked up the BC Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett Slave 1. Hated the Disney charged the name Boba Fett Slave. Yeah. From Slave 1. Yeah. It was annoying. Hasbro wants to find out what the fans actually want. Yeah, they could do. But I just don't think they.
Okay.
No, I think. Yeah, I think it's kind of hard. I think do Disney still have kind of access? Like we've got a new show coming out. You're our main merchandisers, and we need 5 figures from this new thing to come out because we want to sell. You're our main merchandisers, and I need these. So I don't know how
That's
much
how I
Hasbro.
feel. Disney don't have as much grip on Hasbro over the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, maybe that's more because it's more comic, just more, well, they don't really care about that, but they care about Star Wars merchandise because Star Wars merchandise is the highest performing merchandise out there, but it's not anymore. But maybe they just have that kind of in there because I just can't work out where Hasbro, it's G.I. Joe. I keep saying this all the time. G.I. Joe, everything's really good. Everything's done well. It's a Black Series. It's just not done well, and I don't know whether I'm more passionate Black Series, and that's why I'm a bit harder to please. But then there's figures that are coming out at more money each time.
I'd like to see what this figures Secura looks like once it comes out. See what she.
Yeah, well, she looks quite good. Some people have been doing reviews of her already. I haven't looked at them, but I've seen pictures. They look great. And the Darth Maul figure as well. He looks really good as well.
The only 2 I've got on pre-order.
Yeah, I'll pre-order them. I'll just pick them out when they come. But yeah, I don't even know what else is in that wave. I still want to get the Inquisitors. That's one thing I will get. I will get the Inquisitors from Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Nah, see, I'm not bothered by them.
I think they would look quite cool. We got was it the 9th, 10th, whatever one that comes from Fallen Order. But given gaming greats, isn't it? Like gaming greats, you mean Fallen Order? You don't mean any of it. You don't mean gaming greats.
No, they could have the amount of figures they could have done from Fallen Order, but they only did Cal Kestis. Like they could have done his master, and then they could have reused that for Honkrell.
Yeah. I know it was a different one name. The master was Zeb.
Oh, Master Zeb. Yeah, so they could have just used Zeb then.
Yeah.
And then they could do Honkrell and reuse it for Dexter.
Yeah. Yeah. But even still, even if you go through, let's even go back to Black Series. Sorry, to Clone Wars, and it's not all about clones. When they met with Ponquerel, they was attacking those other guys with the space helmets. Those sort of baddies, bring those out.
All the different bounty hunters.
Otto. And they also got the very first episode where it's like the King Trandoshan kind of guy, even that. Just those other characters. They don't always have to be pure main characters.
Even all the Cad Bane's kind of posse that he ran around with.
Yeah. With that cool guy with the massive cat. Yeah, there's loads, and they're just not using it. And I'm not talking about just in one lump, but just think of that Andor wave that just come out, and also in that wave, there's that guy with the big cap. It would straight away make that wave go, "Whoa, that's cool! Look at that." You know, rather than like there's loads of people in sort of clothes, like
It's
not even. It's not even a look.
They're not even.
Yeah, it's
colourful.
not even a look, is it? It's not. Yeah, it's not like Fennec. You know, she's got that kind of ninja outfit on, that removable helmet. Just a generic. You know, even like Zero from Mandalorian. You know, he's like a robot bounty hunter guy. They just look like civilians.
They're just brown.
You know, I would rather have and Aunt Beru, you know, and they can come with an accessory of skeleton bones, and then you got
even the farmer characters from the Clone Wars would have been alright. You know, when they're held up in their little farm.
Yeah, and they're only just again in the box. Yeah. But even like still, they're saying, "Oh, in the pipeline, oh, we got the chieftain from Book of Boba Fett." Why are we getting the chieftain and the front 7-5 are getting the cool fucking warrior guy? It's just like, we need some separatist figures, not the battle droids. Yeah, you know, whoever he is. Yeah, Newt Gunray, you know, does the what are they called?
Jedi.
Yeah, what's the my mind's gone blank. I can't even remember the alien species.
Give me them.
Yeah, I think it does. I can't remember. Yeah, but those guys.
Even some Gungans, some of the
I was
warriors.
going to say Captain Tarpals come with his little canoe, you know, just him.
Even the Naboo fighters. The Naboo,
Captain Panaka.
Yeah,
and the other sort of like Naboo sort of pilot guy.
You're such a nerd. You know all their fucking names.
Well, Phantom Menace is my favourite film. For the prequels.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother live stream. Don't get into that.
Yeah, I'll sit in front of like a table saying Phantom Menace is the best prequel. Change my mind.
I have to come up with a whole essay.
Yeah, and I'll still be like, no, mate.
Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars film ever.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Unless you're old.
Yeah, unless you grew up with it and accepting all its sort of like shit writing.
So, should we end it then?
My thing about Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. We just say that we just come to agreement that the whole stream was that we come to agreement that Phantom Menace is the best prequel.
And Black Series is one of the best figure lines you could ever start purchasing.
And I like this is a heartfelt apology for my little Star Wars rant for all those people that love Star Wars.
You should name it that. You should name the live stream My Heartfelt Apology. You might get your subscribers back.
Just ripped it now. They can go off and watch Shartimus Prime, I don't care.
Or Superstore.
So, yeah. Anyway, thank you if you have joined us today. It's quite nice to talk to you guys, especially on us. It was a bit later than planned, but we'll do some live streams maybe this week. I've got a few reviews coming out. I've got a hangout probably I might film tomorrow. A few other bits to come out, and I still got to do the diorama pieces if I still carry on doing YouTube.
How's my diorama coming on?
It's over there in a box. Well, I need to do your floors. Bin wise, I might have to give you some of mine because I don't seem to be getting the tin foil trays in anymore, which is mine.
Well, you will be.
In there.
You will. because you're coming up to Christmas.
Yeah, buddy. And
You put turkeys in them, didn't you? Bacon trays.
oh, that's true. Yeah, I think maybe it was for the barbecues at that time. Well, anyway, it's enough raffling on. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.